Hello, everybody. I am zooming in from Calgary. I'm here to do some Dare to Lead workshops. So I've got my virtual office background, which is probably making it look a little bit weird on here. But didn't want you to see the mess of the room that I'm actually in. Hope everybody's doing well. It snowed so much, which reminds me why I'm in British Columbia. But anyways, just wanted to chat with you today about imposter syndrome. So if you identify with this topic, imposter syndrome, you know that it is a real thing. And it usually creeps in anytime we try to step outside of our comfort zone, set goals that seem a little bit lofty, or maybe want to try something we haven't done before. And it's this feeling of, who do you think you are? And so where the hell does this come from? Why do we have this? It's so annoying. I have it too, and I hate it. And I know from research that it usually pops up during childhood. So whether we've tried something, we get pushed back, or we're told not to do that. It could be the family story, like our family is blue collar, they don't go to university, or don't act bigger than your britches, or you don't want to get a big head. It could be whatever that messaging is, and it somehow gets internalized. And that voice stays in there and keeps popping up every time we're trying to venture out of our comfort zone. So, it might even be reinforced by friends and family. Sometimes when you step into the arena and you're doing something, people will try and push you back into your lane. And we know that it's usually because of something that is, maybe touching a soft spot in that person. So when we have emotional intelligence in the moment, we don't have to react to that. We can understand where it's coming from, right? We also have that voice within us. So how does this show up? It could be comparison, like, oh, wow, look at that person. I can never be as good as them. It could be a sense of scarcity, like, oh, there's already lots of people doing this. There's not enough to go around. Or it could just be that inner critic. Like, you're terrible. You're not X enough, whether it's young, smart, skinny, whatever that thing is. And of course, we know this is perfectly normal, as annoying as it is. And I've said before, we're all imposters in some way until we do that thing the first time. Once we've done it, we're essentially not an imposter because we've done it. So let that be your fuel. If you are thinking about going for that big goal, applying for that job, working on a side hustle, whatever that thing is, I encourage you to do it, because once you start doing it, you are by definition no longer an imposter. So what can we do? Here are some things that I've found have helped me. And by all means, I'm not great at this all the time, but I do try to catch myself, and these are some things that help. Using a mantra. So something like, if I feel like, who am I to facilitate a course? Look at all those other courses out there, or whatever that thing might be. I try to catch myself and say to myself, there's enough for all of us to succeed. Or if I see someone who's accomplished amazing things in a much younger age than me, I could say, her journey is not my journey. We each have our own path. Or if, you know, this person can do it, so can I, right? So there's different mantras we can use depending on what fits or feels natural for you. Practice self-compassion. This one comes up a lot, and we know selfcompassion.org by Kristen Neff has a ton of resources and tools for self-compassion. But when we find that critical voice popping up, we can always catch ourselves and say, what's a kinder, more gentler way to say that to myself? And think of, how would I say this to a good friend of mine who's going through the same thing? Grounding gratitude, we know practicing gratitude can help that mindset so much. Writing 3 unique things down for that day that you're grateful for, or practicing gratitude in the moment can be helpful. And celebrate your successes, every single one, small, big, in between. Note it down. If you can write it down, we know Harvard did a practice that those who write down their little small successes, their dones, their wins, became more successful, because you're noticing or trying to find things to write down. And so you're, by nature, your brain's looking for ways of being successful so that you can write it down. And recognize you've made forward motion, no matter how small. So every step is a step. You know, when I started trying to get my regular exercise routine, it would be, okay, 10 minutes better than zero. So if I can only get 10 in today, I'm going to do my 10. It doesn't have to be 1 hour of workout or nothing, right? So everything small is still a step forward. So that's it for today. Imposter syndrome, that inner voice in us that we hate. If you need more help, please feel free to book a one-on-one call with me, or join one of my sessions that's coming up. We talk about it both in Dare to Lead, because it is, gets in the way of courageous leadership. And also I'm doing a master class around cultivating joy. So both would help in this area. Hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye.